Well, temperature setting is okay for fan, because, but it would disturb my points copyright videos. Okay, Salam Habibi, how are you? I hope you are fine. It is me, Michaela Santa. I am here with you. According with titles, yes, today we are roasting Bangladeshi Maulana Abu Toha Adnan. And here the topic is about Indian Army versus Bangladeshi Islamic terrorists. And here, why I am roasting her? Because she said some nonsense points about our Indian Army because BJP has BJP has contest provincial government in West Bengal. That is the significant moments. And now let's check it. What is the points of Maulana Abu Taha Adnan? Here we can check it. Okay. Now let us the moments. Here is Maulana Abu Taha Adnan. And here it is her points. Well, how much length of the video shorts? That is almost 28 seconds. Now let's check it. Okay, now here we can see the points. Okay, now I would play repeatedly. Here, Maulana Abu Toha Adnan says that she has noticed that here. Just wait, watch. Okay, now here we can see that is the momentums we can notify. Just we have to check. Here Maulana Abu Toha Adnan say here in recently Indian army tortures on a Muslim community in India and in West Bengal's India army destroy the several masjid in West Bengal. It is the points. And her second point is Maulana Abu Toha said that in the sovereignty of India would be destroyed in the broken masjid. It is the threat of Maulana Abu Toha Adnan. Here, Maulana Abu Toha Adnan is the representative of Bangladeshi terrorist. Okay. Well, when Indian governments wants an Akhand Bharat India, Maulana Abu Taha Adnan wants Akhand India. But Maulana Abu Taha Adnan's Akhand India is crystally different from Indian Army's Akhand India. Now let's check it. What is Maulana Abu Taha Adnan's Akhand India? That is the moment. Well, accordance with Maulana Abu Taha Adnan's, she wants an Akhand India that can contain La ilaha illallahu Muhammadur Rasulullah. Now here we can see this once. Well, now in this moment, Maulana Abu Taha Adnan states the significant dangerous momentums as we could notify. Maulana Abu Taha Adnan want to establish Sharia law in India, and she cannot tolerate Hindu governments in India. That is her point. And now, here I would like to mention that what is my points. Here I want to show my points, as we can see. Well, and here we can see these moments. Here it is the navy blues It is selling distance calculators. And here I would like to mention the submarines, what is the submarines, and the second terms I would like to mention what is your distance.coms. Okay, um, uh, just wait and watch. Okay, now here we can see these moments. Well, first of all, let's come to the points. And here we can see here is the wars between Indian military versus Bangladeshi terrorists. And now here we can as a naval militaries, here we can see these points. Departure of Indian military naval submarine is Surat, the capital city of Gujarat provincial state of India, and arrival is Dhaka, Bangladesh. Dhaka, the capital city of Bangladesh. And here we can see these points. And target is Bangladeshi terrorist Jaimazia, and here one of the fraction of target to be Bangladeshi terrorist is Maulana Abu Toha Adnan, because Maulana Abu Toha Adnan requires Sharia law in India. That is the points. And now here we can see this momentums. Now let's check it. When the point is about India army versus Bangladeshi terrorists, the war, and here I want to mention that whom Indian army would persecute it. Who is the community that Indian army would persecute it? Here is my points. Okay. Now here we can see this momentums. Well, now here we can say, I can state the points. Indian army would here we can see the point. I would appreciate Indian army if Indian army would persecute on the particular Muslim community that can contain engineer to manufacture a naval submarine with the velocity of 40 km per hour. And here, because here we go, that is the appreciation point. That, well, as we observe the Indian armies, here India army always support the particular Muslim who can be engineered to manufacture a naval submarine with the velocity of 71,000 km per second. Okay. Now here it is the points to notify. Well, in that momentums, naval distance is 71,000 km. In that points, Indian army, Indian naval submarine departed from Surat, the city of Gujarat, the provincial state of India, at morning 6 o'clock, well, May 13, 2026. Here, in Indian naval submarine can arrive Dhaka, the capital city of Bangladesh, at morning 6 o'clock, 1 second past, well, May 13, 2026, with the travel naval distance of 71,000 kilometers, where travel naval time is 1 second, and that is the significant points. Now here we can see, here we contain two demonstrated Indian Muslim. Here one Muslim, Indian Muslim is me, and another Indian Muslim is like Maulana Abu Toha Adnan. And here is the point. Who is the Muslim that India army would persecute or Indian army would eliminate? Well, yes. Of course, Indian Muslim like Maulana Abu Toha Adnan. Because Indian Muslim Maulana Abu Toha Adnan can manufacture naval submarines with the velocity of 36 kilometers per hour. Okay, now here you go. Here's the travel distance between Surat city of Gujarat, the provincial state of India, and Dhaka, the capital city of Bangladesh, is 71,000 kilometers per, and velocity is 35 kilometers per hour. We can see the moments here. Travel time would be 200 hours, and in this point, that is the significant concerting moments. Well, what is 2000 hours? Well, that is 2 multiplied by 1000 hours. That is here we can say, what is 1000 hours? That is here 833 days, 4 hours. Okay. Now here we can see this point. 65 multiplied by 2 is 130. And here what is 2 years? That is 730 days. That means it is also 2 years, 103 days, 4 hours. Okay. Now here we can see today's live stream is at the month of May. May is 31 days, June is 30 days, July is 31 days. And here we can see 103 subtracted by 91 is 12. And here we can see the points if it starts at May 1st. Well, 12 multiplied by 30 is here 25, as we can see the points. Well, if Indian Muslim like Maulana Abu Toha Adnan can generate an naval submarine for Indian Army with the velocity of 30 km per hour with the naval distance here 30 naval distance of 71,000 naval departure time would be morning 6 o'clock, May 13, 2026. But arrival time would be morning 10 o'clock, August 18 here. I mean here we can see, yes, August 25, 2028. Or we can say August 24, 2028. Now in this point, but if Indian Muslim like me here can manufacture a naval submarine for Indian Army with the velocity of 71,000 km per second, when naval travel distance is 71,000 kilometers, naval time is 1 second. Now here we can see the points. Departure time is morning 6 o'clock, May 13, 2026. Arrival time would be morning 6 o'clock, 1 second past, May 13, 2026. And let's say the comparisons just to analyze that which Muslim community should be eliminated in India and which Muslim community should be respected. Okay. Now here we can see these points. When the velocity at the first, Indian Muslim like Michaela manufactured Indian naval submarine velocity is almost here 71,000 kilometer per second. And Indian Muslim like Maulana Abu Adnan manufactured Indian naval submarine velocity is 35 km per hour. Now where is 35 km per hour and where is 71,000 km per second? That is the significant difference at the point. It is the velocity at the moment. Okay. Now here we can see what is about the travel times. And in this point, in the point of velocity, I, Michaela, the Indian Muslim, can be the probable next Prime Minister of India or the next President of India. And on the other hand, Indian Muslim like Maulana Abu Toha Adnan should be eliminated because here 35 km per hour manufacture of submarines, well, the submarine manufacturers where submarine velocity is 35 km per hour is an national betrayal. Who is a patriotic Indian Muslim? The patriotic Indian Muslim can manufacture an Indian naval submarine with a velocity of 71,000 km per second. And here is the point. Here is my questions. When several Muslims in India can manufacture a naval submarine with the velocity of 35 km per hour, where required velocity is 71,000 km per second. Here my question is to Maulana Abu Toha that why the following Indian Muslim should not be eliminated by Indian Army. That is my questions. Okay. Now here we can see the points. What is education from Indian masjids? Here we can see Indian masjid educates them how to manufacture a Indian submarine with the velocity of 35 km per hour and how to spread propaganda against Indian naval submarine with the velocity of 71,000 km per second. And here is my questions that why Indian masjid to promote betrayal on sovereignty of India should not be demolished by Indian Army. That is the question to Maulana Abu Toha Adnan. And here we can see the spots. Well, Bangladeshi is here we can see the moments. Bangladeshi submarine velocity is 100 km per hour. Indian submarine velocity would be 71,000 km per second. And here my question is to Maulana Abu Adnan that what is the logic that Indian sovereignty would be demolished in their own broken masjid? That is my question to Maulana Abu Adnan. Okay. Here we have discussed the velocity. Now let's take it. We can discuss that what is your travel times. Okay. Now here you can see this moments. Departure time is morning 6 o'clock, May 13, 2026. Okay. Well, now here Maulana, accordance with Maulana Abu Adnan, manufactured Indian naval submarines. Here arrival time would be morning 10 o'clock, August 24, 2028. On the other hand, Michaela Cesario manufactured Indian naval submarines. Here we arrival time would be morning 6 o'clock, 1 second second past May 13, 2026. Well, now when the naval distance is 71,000 kilometers, and here departure time is morning 6 o'clock, May 13, 2026. Now here, where is arrival time to be morning 6 o'clock, 1 second past May 13, 2026, and where is arrival time to be morning 10 o'clock, August 24, 2028. Here is a significant difference we could notice, and that is the dangerous issues we have concerned at the moment. Okay. Now, well, it is almost 1 hour or points, and here is the significant points. Maulana Abu Toha Adnan's following Indian Muslim, why they should be secure in India in the hand of the Indian army? That is my questions at the points. Okay. Now here we can see this moments. Well. Now here we can see. Let's check at the journey. Okay, now here we can see this momentum at the points. Well, now we can check about the significant journeys at the points. Well, now here is result. Well, now here we can how much money Maulana Abu Toha Adnan's provide to whom? How much money Maulana Abu Toha Adnan provide to here Mamata Bandyopadhyay. And here we can see, just wait and watch. And now let's check it. Well, here we can see here Maulana Abu Toha Adnan sent 58,812 Bangladeshi to vote Mamata Bandyopadhyay. And here we can see these moments. That is the significant dangerous points. Well, and here that is the security concerns as we could see. Okay. Now let's take it. What is the kinetic energy? Well, here we can see these points. Let's talk about Indian Muslim submarine very manufacturer like Maulana Abu Toha Adnan. Well, here velocity would be 35 kilometers per hour. Okay. Now here naval distance is 71,000 kilometers. That means 71 multiplied by 10 to the power 6 meter per second. I have guessed meter. And here's what is the naval distance square? That is 71 square multiplied by 10 to the power 12 meter square. Okay. Now you can see what is 71 square. That is 70 square multiplied by 140 multiplied by 1. Okay. What is 70 square? That is 4900. What is 4900 sum by 140? That is 5040. Hence 71 square is 5041. Okay. Hence here when naval distance is 71,000 kilometers, naval distance square is 4,000. I have guys, 5041 multiplied by 10 to the power 12 meter square. Okay. And now here is the point. Well, when the velocity would be 35 kilometer per hour, well, and naval distance is 71,000 kilometers. Well, here naval time would be 2,000 hours. What is 2,000 hours? That is, here we can see 72 multiplied by 10 to the power 5 seconds. Hence, here we can see this point. Naval time cube is 72 cube multiplied by 10 to the power 15 second cube. Okay. What is 10 to the power? Guys, what is 72 cube? That is 8 multiplied by 45,656. Okay. Hence, here we can naval time cube is 8 multiplied by 45,656 multiplied by 10 to the power 15 second cube. Hence, naval time is 2,000 hours. Okay. Now, what is half of weight of submarine? That is 70 multiplied by 10 to the power 6 kilograms. And here, that is the significant thought process. Well, now let's go to the points. Here we can see these momentums at the journeys. Well. And here we can see this 17 multiplied by 17 multiplied by 10 to the power 6 divided by 17 multiplied by 10 to the power 6 multiplied by watts. That is, here we can notify 50,041 multiplied by 10 to the power 12. Okay, divided by bracket of 8 multiplied by bracket of 45,656 multiplied by 10 to the power 15. Okay. Now let's check at the moments. Now what is the significant points? That is almost 235.63 mega. I apologize. 234.63 watts. Okay, that is the powers, kinetic powers of Indian naval submarine manufactured by Indian Muslim like Maulana Abu Toha Adnan. And now let's check it. What is the kinetic powers of Indian naval submarine where Michaela, the Indian Muslim, are the manufacturers? That is the momentums at the points. Okay. Now here we can see. We know the half of weight of submarine is 17 multiplied by 10 to the power 6 kilograms. That means the weight of submarine is 34 multiplied by 10 to the power 6 kilograms. Okay. Now here we can see the statistic energy of manufactured submarine is 34 multiplied by 10 to the power 6 multiplied by 9 multiplied by 10 to the power 6 where velocity of light is 3 multiplied by 10 to the power 8 meter per second, and the equation of statistic energy is weight of Indian submarines multiplied by velocity of light square. Okay, now let's check it. What is 34 multiplied by 9? That is 306. Well, what is 10 to the power 6 multiplied by 10 to the power 16? That is 10 to the power 22. Hence, the statistic energy of submarine is 10 to the power 6. Guys, the statistic energy of Indian submarine is 306 multiplied by 10 to the power 22 joules. Okay. Now here we can contest the comments. Hola. Okay. Salam, but I do not understand the Spanish because I am from Saudi Arabia with the Bengali speaking. Well, you can type here English and I would appreciate it. You can use the here. What is the moment? Translation is okay. Well, that is the momentum at the points. And now, here is here I have mentioned the statistic energy of Indian submarine manufactured by me. Okay. Here my velocity is 71,000 km per second. Hence, their kinetic power can be calculated as the Albert Einsteinian kinetic power equations. Okay. First of all, here we can see this points when the naval time is 1 second, kinetic power is kinetic energy. Well, first of all, we have to calculate what is the value of lambda subtract by 1. Okay. And here we can see these moments. Well. Yeah, 71. What is submarine velocity divided by velocity of lights? That is here 0.2367. Okay. Now here let's calculate the value of lambda subtract by 1. Here 1 divided by square root of bracket of 1 subtract by 0.2367 square, enter bracket close. Okay. Now here we can see 1 2 2 1. Yes. Well, now here we can see the small momentums, what's going on. Well, the value of lambda is 1.029248. Okay. Now, what is the value of lambda subtract by 1? That is 0.029248. Okay. Now let's check it. What is the kinetic powers? Here I can calculate at the moment. Well, 306 multiplied by 10 to the power 22. Well, 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. Okay. Now enter multiple by 0.0292484. Okay. What is the points? 1 2 3 1 2 4 5 see 7. Well, that is here we go 89.51 multiplied by 10 to the power 21 watts. That is almost 89.51 quadrillion megawatts. Okay. And now here we can see that is the significant moments. And now here is what I can calculate. Well, Indian Muslim like me can generate an Indian naval submarine with the kinetic force of 89.51 quadrillion megawatts with the naval distance of to be here 71,000 kilometers. But at the same time, Maulana Abu Toha Adnan can Indian Muslim like Maulana Abu Toha Adnan can manufacture here a Indian submarine with the kinetic force to be 234.63 watts. And here we go. Now let's check at the comparisons. Indian Michaela naval submarine kinetic power is 89.51 quadrillion megawatts. But Indian Abu Toha Adnan naval submarine kinetic power is 234.63 watts. Now, here is my questions. Here we can see where is 89.51 quadrillion megawatts and where is 234.63 watts. And now, my question is to my friends that who is the Indian Muslim should be secured by Indian Army? Michaela or Maulana Abu Toha Adnan? Here we can see those points, and the answer should be, well, the Indian Muslim should be secured in the hand of Indian Army that can manufacture an Indian submarines with the kinetic powers of 89.51 quadrillion megawatt with the naval distance to be 71,000 kilometers, and Indian Army should eliminate the particular Indian Muslim that can manufacture Indian submarines with the kinetic power to be 234.63 watts, where naval distance is 71,000. Okay. Now here we can see I contours the several lab disturbance, and I do not think that I can carry at my board's points. Well, now here we can see I would be careful for myself. And now let's check the moments. Here is the significant journeys at my disturbance at the points. Well, now here we can see here is my question to Maulana Abu Toha Adnan, that why the following Muslims should be secured by Indian Army that can generate a submarine with the kinetic powers of 235 watts with the naval distance of 61,000 kilometers. That is here significant questions that I require the questions. I require the answers of the question from Maulana Abu Toha Adnan. Okay, and now here is the moments, that is the significant journeys at the points, and here is the significant disturbance moments. Okay, now here we can see here it is the first point, as we could see the point. Now here second point is the significant disturbance, as we could notify. Well, what is the points? Well, now actually it is almost 33 years, 33 minutes, as we can see the points. And now here I can mention what is the significant journeys. Okay. And now here we can see this contains the significant calculations. Well, what if here velocity would be 216,000 kilometer per second or 297,000 kilometer per second as a velocity of submarines, and that is the significant questionables as we can notify this. Okay. Now here I can see this moments. What is 71? Well, multiple by 4. That is 284. Okay. Now here we can see these moments at the points. This contains the kinetic powers of the submarine manufactured by Michaela, an Indian Muslim, where submarine velocity is 284,000 kilometer per second. Okay. Well, first of all, here we can see never, and here we can see this points. 71 divided by 284, that is 0.25 seconds. Well, here naval distance is 71,000 kilometers and naval velocity is 284,000 kilometers per second. Hence the travel time would be 0.25 seconds. And here is the significant points. Well, here I can mention the moments. The significant points is travel at departure time would be morning 6 o'clock, May 13, 2026. And here arrival time would be morning 6 o'clock, here 0.25 seconds past, May 13, 2026. And that is the significant moments at the points. But now, here we can see this journeys at the moments. It is Michaela submarine. Now, Indian Muslim Adnan submarine's velocity is 35 km per hour. Hence, well, 1,000 hours, that means almost 2 years, 3 months, for 2 years, 3 months, 12 days, 4 hours. Well, what is 2 multiplied by 2 years? That is 4 years. What is 3 months multiplied by 2? That is 6 months. What is your 12 days multiplied by 2? That is 24 days. What is 4 hours multiplied by 2? That is 8 hours. And here we can see, well, naval time would be, when we are talking about Indian Muslim Toha Adnan's manufactured submarines, where she is educated from Indian Masjid, well, the submarine can travel 4 years, 6 months, 24 days, and 8 hours at the points. Okay, now here we can see this performance. Well, now let's get the points at journeys. Well, May, June, July. Well, here we can see this times. Arrival time would be more afternoon 2 o'clock, November, December 14, 2030. December 14, 2030 is afternoon 2 o'clock as the arrival time of Indian naval submarine manufactured by Indian Muslim Maulana Toha Adnan, where Indian submarines manufactured by me, arrival time is morning 6 o'clock, 0.25 second past, May 13, 2026. Where departure time is both of departure time is same, morning 6 o'clock, May 13, 2026. Okay. Now here we can see that is the significant points. Well, kinetic powers of Maulana Abu Toha Adnan. Here I have research at the moment. Well, here I have research at significant times, and if you know that we are genius at the as soon as possible. And now let's check it. What is the significant points at the moment? Well, now let's check what is the lambda. Well, of lambdas. Well, now let's check it. What is 284 divided by 300? That is 0.9467. Okay. Now here we can that is the value of velocity of submarine divided by velocity of light. Now let's check it. What is value of lambda subtract by 1? And here we can see this momentums at the points. Let's check the moments. Well, and now you can see me dots just because here we controls the electricity issues. And here, well, now let's check it. 1 divided by, okay, now here we can see 1 divided by square root of bracket of 1 subtract by, well, bracket of 0.9467 square. Well, what's going on? And now well, that is lambda. The value of lambda is 3.1045. Okay. And what is lambda subtract by 1s? That is here 2.1045. Okay. Now let's check it. Oh. Here we can see these points. What is the equal? Well, here kinetic power is not kinetic energy, just because kinetic travel time is 0.25 as my submarines. And now let's check the point. What is the submarine values as the moments? Okay. Now let's we can see. What can we check? Okay. Now, well, 306 multiple by, well, 10 to the power 22 1 2 3. Okay, divided by 0.25. Okay, now let's multiply it by what's that is 2.1045. Well, 45. Okay, now let's check it. What is the kinetic powers? That is here 2.5759 multiplied by 10 to the power 25. I mean 2.576 multiplied by 10 to the power 25. Okay. Now here we can see this points. 1, 2, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Now here you can see these moments. Uh, that is 25,000. 760. Okay. 25,760 quadrillion megawatt is the kinetic force of Indian naval submarine manufactured by me, Michaela de Santa, the Indian Muslim, and that is I can do. Well, and here we can see the points. The Indian submarines with the kinetic force of 25,760 quadrillion megawatts in the naval distance to be 71,000 kilometers and velocity to be 72% velocity of light is necessity for whom from Indian military, particularly Indian naval soldiers, Indian Navy armies necessary. And now here we can see. Well, here is the question that what is the logic that Indian army would persecute on me or eliminate my existence? Why Indian army would do? I Indian Muslim, is the significant person that can generate an Indian submarine with the velocity of 72. Okay, with the velocity of 72% velocity of light, and that is the momentum at the points. Okay. Now, secondly, let's comparison the kinetic powers. Well, Indian Army's kinetic powers, Indian naval submarines generated by me contains the kinetic power to be 25,760 quadrillion megawatts. Here, Indian naval submarine generated by Indian Muslim like Maulana Adnan contains kinetic power to be 235 watts. And here, now let's contemplate questions. Who is significant Indian Muslim for Indian Army? Me, Michaela, or Maulana Toha Adnan? And now here is the points. When the Bangladeshi Maulana Toha Adnan says that Indian Army is eliminating the existence of Indian Muslim, it is the meaning of that Indian Army just eliminated of the particular Indian Muslim, their ideology is like Maulana Toha Adnan. What is Maulana Toha Adnan's ideology? Here, national submarines should contain a velocity to be 35 kilometers per hour. Okay. Now here is the significant points. That is the ideology of Maulana Toha Adnan. Well, I think several times earlier, I have roasted Maulana Toha Adnan in the topic of the Jals, where the Maulana Toha Adnan is wishing the era of the sword would be banned and rifle era would be disappeared. And is the points of this is the ideology of Maulana Toha Adnan. And here we can see that is the significant momentums at points. Okay. Now here is It is the significant journeys at the moment. Well, Maulana Abu Toha Adnan contains here the significant notifications that here Indian Army is respecting Indian Muslim like me who can generate Indian naval submarine with a velocity of 72% velocity of light. That is the violations of ideology of Maulana Abu Toha Adnan. And now that is the significant dangerous momentum points as we are scared. Okay. Well. Now here we can see these points. Let's check about fuel system. Well, Maulana Abu Toha Adnan's fuel system is petrols, and my fuel system is artificial solar arc reactor with the temperature of 666 multiplied by 10 to the power 666,666 degrees Celsius. Okay. Now here we can see what is the significant points that can be valid to me. Okay. And now let's check the moments. Well, now here we can see these moments 25,760 that can be divided by 4. That is almost, Indian naval submarine kinetic energy to be 644 multiplied by 10 to the power 22 joules at the moment. When the power is, kinetic power is 25,760 quadrillion megawatts multiplied by 0.25 seconds of times. Okay. Now here we can see these moments. Let's check the points. What is the necessity of fuel words to be artificial solar arc reactor with the temperature of 666 multiplied by 10 to the power 666,666 degrees Celsius when here submarine velocity is almost 72% velocity of light. Okay. Now here we can see. Well, I think I would want to like the moments. And here is significant notifications for me. And I am very disappointed because I could not contact with you because of electricity crisis. I do not know what would be happens. 644 multiplied by 10 to the power 22. Okay. Now let's condense the divided by bracket of 15,408 multiplied by 10 to the power 666 multiplied by 10 to the power what? 666,666 degrees Celsius. Okay. Now here we can see what would be the points. Here answer would be almost 6.28 multiplied by 10 to the power negative 666,649 kilograms of artificial solar arc reactor with the temperature of 666 multiplied by 10 to the power 666,666 degree Celsius. And now that is at a significant points when the here velocity of submarine would be 72% velocity of light. Okay. Now here we can see what if submarine velocity would be 35 km per hour when naval distance is 71,000 kilometers. Now that is the significant moments. 200 well here travel time would be 200 hours. Here we can see 235 hours multiplied by 2000 hours multiplied by 1 hour to be 3600 seconds. Okay. Well, now here we can see that is almost well 1692 million joules. Okay. Now let's check it. What is the density of petrols? That is 0.7778 kilogram per liters. What is specific heat of petrols? That is 2. What is temperature difference of petrols? That is 50 degrees Celsius. Okay. Now let's check it. What is the results? That is almost 22 million liters of petrols. Okay. Now here we can see that is the significant natural disaster for me, and here is the significant evil moments that I could not forget about it. Okay. Well, and here that is the significant points that is very disturbing. One, now when full persistence here, Indian Muslim Michaela. Okay. Now you can see this moments. Well, Indian Muslim Michaela Caesar de Santa contains 6.28 multiplied by 10 to the power negative 666,649 kilograms of artificial solar arc reactor with the temperature of 666 multiplied by 10 to the power 666 degrees Celsius for submarine that can travel 71,000 kilometers with 72% velocity of light. Well, on the other hand, Indian Muslim like Maulana Abu Toha Adnan contains fuel system like 22 million liters of petrol that can travel 71,000 kilometers in the velocity of 35 kilometers per hour. Now, where is 6.28 multiplied by 10 to the power negative 666,649 kilograms of artificial solar arc reactor with the temperature of 666 multiplied by 10 to the power 666 kilograms, and where is 22 million liters of petrol? Achha. And now, and here is the significant journeys, and that is the significant dangerous momentum points. Well, and here we can notify that what is the dangerous circumstance to believe that we contains the 99% Indian Muslim like the identical shells of Maulana Abu Toha Adnan. I mean here we contains 99% Indian Muslim like the followers of the ideology of Maulana Abu Toha Adnan, and that is the significant points. It is the threat of Indian sovereignty. And here is my questions that why Indian army would tolerate Maulana, Indian Muslim that can support Maulana Abu Toha Adnan. And that is the our significant questions at the points. Okay. Now here we can see why I am calculating their submarine powers and submarine kinetic powers and submarines fuel system. That is just because here in May 4, 2026, BJP is the provincial government of West Bengal. Now it is the time for Indian Army to eliminate Bangladeshi terrorists in the place. Okay. Now here we can see that is the significant momentum points. And now, okay. Well, and now it is the significant journeys at the point. Well, who is the Bangladeshi terrorist? She can be Jaima Jia, she can be Shama Obayat, she can be Tasnim Jara, well, she can be any Bangladeshi girls. Okay. Or she can be here Nila Israfil. Okay? And now, here is the significant points that can be notified. Okay? And now here we go. Now it is my calculations about okay. Now here we can see that is my calculations about here Indian Army's Indian naval submarines with the kinetic powers to be 25,760 per trillion megawatts. And now let's check the points. When velocity is 71,000 km per second and naval distance is 71,000 kilometers, in that points kinetic powers is kinetic energy. Okay. And now here we can see this momentums. Well. Here kinetic power is 89.51 quadrillion megawatts. Well, that is 89.51 multiplied by 10 to the power 21 megajoules. Okay. Now let's check the ones. When the here when our fuel is remains artificial solar arc reactor with the temperature of 666 multiplied by 10 to the power 666,666 degrees Celsius, then what is the significant meanings? Okay. Now let's check it. Let's condense the times. I think we need 6 minutes. Well, I think here 89.51 multiplied by 10 to the power 21. Okay. Now here multiple by is this okay divided by bracket of 15,408 joule per kilogram per kelvin multiple by 10 to the power I have guys 666 multiple by 10 to the power okay. 666 multiplied by 10 to the power 666,666 degrees Celsius. And now let's check it. What would be the cost? Here weight would be here 8.73 multiplied by 10 to the power negative 651 kilograms of artificial solar arc reactor with the temperature of triple six multiplied by 10 to the power triple six thousand triple six degrees Celsius. But now, here is the moments. Now we consider the significant journeys at the points. Maulana Abu Toha Adnan's an ideological Indian Muslim considers their fuel system to be here 22 million liters of petrol. Now where is 22 million liters of petrol and where is 8.73 multiplied by 10 to the power negative 666,651 kilograms of artificial solar arc reactor with the temperature of 666 multiplied by 10 to the power 666 degrees Celsius. And now here is the significant momentums at that can contain some significant journeys. Well, which Muslim should be secured in the hand of Indian army? The Indian Muslim with my ideology or Indian Muslim with the ideology of Maulana Abu Toha Adnan? Here we can state that Indian Muslim with the ideology of me should be secured in the hand of Indian army. On the other hand, Maulana Abu Toha Adnan's ideological Indian Muslim should be eliminated, and that is the point. Because here is the purpose is Indian naval submarine purpose is to eliminate Bangladeshi terrorist Jama Jia on Dhaka, the capital city of Bangladesh, and that is the significant points as we could see the moments. Okay, now I think my point is over here, but still here is the sorrow for me. Here today I could not reach to my 30 friends, and it is my failure, and I would apologize to everyone. Okay? And now see you then. Khodafez. Love you.